Hey guys, it's John here, and I've got Tracy with me. You might remember her from some of the videos we've done on the Appalachian channel for the Appalachian Kitchen, where she did some cooking. And she's going to be with us today on this episode doing some things, and we're actually going to go to her mother's house, and she's going to tell you about that. And then before we go out there, I'm going to show her around and show you all around what we've got done since the last video. And then tell us what we're going to do today. And
well, we're going to prune some blueberries. So I brought him a blueberry bush to get started. This is just a basic, I think it's a high bush. It just says it's a Blu-ray. And we've got some high bush out there. I think they're high bush. At my mother's, my dad has an established crop of blueberries that he planted years ago. He's not with us anymore, but we take care of the blueberries. So I'm going to show John kind of how we prune those. I haven't pruned them in a while, so there's a lot to be done. And talk to him a little bit about the blueberries, and then on another time I'll come back and we'll maybe can some blueberries or make some blueberry pie filling and can it, preserve it. I'll bring that over and we'll do it here.
All right. Tracy has a YouTube channel also. It's called East Tennessee Living. And there'll be a link in the description below so you can find her and follow along on what she's doing. She's just getting started also, like we are with the new...
I'm so excited to see what you've got going on.
All right, well, let me show you around here a minute. So yeah, the rotten wood's really hard to come by. And I've got a guy that's got some firewood that's rotten, and he's out in Demery too, so I've got to go out there and take a day to try to get some more, because I did put it in this one. And then when I had to put these posts in here for these trellises, I could dug down in there and I could tell that those logs had that moisture in them. They were still wet. Really
good. Are you going to use any kind of a watering system, or are you going to hand water? Like a drip?
I might. I don't know yet. It's possible. I kind of like watering them in the morning so I can see them really good. I'm afraid if I have an automatic system, I won't come out and look at them. It'll keep me from...
Now, I use soaker hose.
What? Yeah, soaker hose.
I have to hook it up and turn it on, but I'm not over watering, and so I'm not wetting the leaves on the top. And I think for some things that's okay, and for other things it's not, but I want to water the roots. So I use a soaker hose.
Yeah, they make some different systems that I've been looking at that you can put different sprayer areas on.
And do the drops on them. Yeah,
it does different things. I'm just getting into that. We've had just kind of started all of a sudden just within the last 6 weeks of thinking of actually growing some stuff. So
is this your healthy line here, your lettuce?
Yeah, I guess so. The stuff that can make it into cold weather right now. The weather is crazy around here. It comes and goes. You can have 80-degree days and then get down into 30s at night. So
yeah, we were 38 last night.
Yeah, so I take stuff in and out, except this is broccoli, cauliflower, lettuce, celery. This stuff pretty much all comes in and out. Then I got these carts over here that I use to take the pepper plants. These are all sweet pepper. I don't have any hot pepper plants right now, but I take them in the kitchen at night to make sure they stay at least 70 degrees. 70.
I love your little carts.
Yeah, they're handy to haul them in and out because they get heavy once you get some water in them. But these I bought different box stores, as you know, in the little cups. And then some of this stuff we have planted, and some of it's zucchini and cucumbers and some gourds.
Gourds? What's this right here?
That's kale? A whole lot of kale.
You're gonna be real healthy.
No, we got way too much kale. We got to get rid of some kale. These little bitty tiny seeds, they come up really good everywhere. Good. So we got some beans right here. So those beans are going on these trellises.
What kind of beans?
I don't know. They're green. They're green beans. It says on the pack. I don't know. My cucumbers are they're a little yellow, and I might be getting too much sun on them. I don't know. See how the leaves are turning a little yellow on these plants over here?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's too much sun on them. They wasn't looking like that. Now these are strawberries. I got one coming out on that one. I repotted these into bigger pots, and I'll put them around the edge of the beds once I get them filled. Then those are peppers, sweet peppers we planted that's coming up. So I don't know what I'll do with all of them, but we're figuring it out as we go. So I'm gonna plant peppers mainly on the outsides, and the stuff that'll grow on the inside of this, they'll kind of grow. I think I got some gourds that we...
You got gourds right here,
yeah,
and some green beans.
Yeah, cucumbers,
and the
tomatoes
cucumbers
over here.
I'd like to do trellis on my cucumbers. I just let them grow on the ground, and then the slugs get them, and they're hard to find because, you know, once those, if a cucumber gets really mature and it's hidden under all those leaves, and you miss it, the plant will stop producing. Yeah, you got to keep them picked, and if you can't see them, but I've always heard if they're on a trellis and then you can see them, then you can pick them easier, and you won't have the ones go to seed. Yeah, these are not hard to make. The hard thing about these is getting the trellis to your house. It's 16 foot if you use this type right here. Now, there are some smaller trellises that come that you can assemble and put together that I'm going to order to show people that they can order those and put those together in a smaller scale, like online. They're only like $50 for, you know, TP type, I guess. So they're, I'm going to order one of those and do a couple of those so people can see, well, okay, well, I can order it and have it delivered without having to do the 16 foot. I didn't really want to do these cattle panels because most people can't haul those, but with the pros account at Lowe's, they deliver them for $20. So I got a bunch of different, I got all the dirt, the soil delivered. I don't know, they delivered it all for $20. How'd they get started with them? He bought them in Alabama. When they had a place in Florida, they would go down. And my dad was always in Mississippi and Alabama because he was looking for sugarcane mills because he used to make molasses. And he would buy sugarcane mills. And always looking for a golden 44 or a golden 45 sugarcane mill, which was really hard to find because that's how he ground the sorghum. And so they were down in Alabama or Mississippi, and he saw these for sale. And he got them, he got a bunch, and then he ended up, I think at one time he had 70 blueberry bushes, and I think we're down to about 65 now. So I've been looking, and that's why I got you that blueberry bush, because I've been looking for a place to source some different blueberry bushes because I want to do different varieties. You do better if you have more than one, and you do better if you have more than one variety because of the way they pollinate. So but he planted those, I'm going to say 15 years ago, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, and every so often you have to go in and cut the old canes out.
All right, well, we're going to go out Tracy's mom's house, and she's going to show us what she's talking about.
That's right. All right, let's go.
All right, we're here at Tracy's mother's place, and you grew up here.
I grew up here. We moved here in 69, 70, so most of my life I've been here. And, you know, it's funny because things don't change. You know, you go back home and you feel like you're home again, you know, things don't change. But you look around, and we've always been gardeners, and I always had a big garden across the street. It's not there now. My dad isn't alive, so we don't have the garden. We had another big garden up on the hill, and it's not used either. So I miss that. I don't miss the work, but I miss having the garden items. I really do miss that. But the blueberries, they're not as much work as a garden, but you do have to do stuff mostly in the spring. So last year we did these wood chips, and I'll come back through and just rake out. In fact, I brought a little hand rake to pull out some of these weeds because I don't like to use a lot of pesticides. I try to keep you can look, the pollinators, all the different bees and everything are here just working. You can hear them. It'd be really nice if I had somebody that had like a beehive that they would bring, because that would really bring the pollinators down. But I don't want to put a poison on those weeds because I don't want to kill them. I don't want to kill my good beneficials. And then also, you know, even like the ladybugs that you hate to get in your house, they'll eat the aphids. So if you get aphids like on your azaleas, or there's a bunch of different little things that get on azaleas, and the ladybugs will come and they'll just eat them all. So, you know, you don't want to kill any of that. You know, because you're doing your garden, you don't want to kill them all. But anyway, you got to take out the old canes and anything that's dead, and typically you would prune after everything's been bloomed and after the harvest, but I didn't do that, and so I've got a lot of dead limbs in here that I'm just trying to take out what's dead. I'm not really trying to take out what's weak right now. I can do that in the fall, but I'm going to take out what's dead. It makes it easier to gather the blueberries and to harvest if you're not going through a whole bunch of dead limbs. Plus, trying to open it up a little bit. You can see right here, I don't know if you can see it, but I've cleaned out some of these to give it a little bit more airflow through and to take out some of the stuff that's dead. Now, I didn't on this one because a lot of what is older canes in the bottom is it's already bloomed out, and this is probably my best bush right up here, so I didn't really want to get into a lot of pruning with it. But you can see right here I've got all this that's dead, and this needs to come out. So I'm going to cut this. I've got those battery pruners, and I've got my little chainsaw if it's too thick, but I wouldn't want to take this one out. Let's see right here, I wouldn't want to take this one out, but I will cut back all this other. And even though it's dead, I think it's still hard on the plant, and we want to take it out. Am I right? I don't know, but that's what I think. And so we do want to take out all this dead, and it makes it easier to harvest.
Now, did your dad plant all these at one time, or did we?
He actually didn't. He planted the first bunch, and then he got a different variety. And if you kind of look, I think it's easier to tell when the berries are on it. But there's a couple of different varieties down through here. It's better to have a mix of the two different varieties. But he didn't plant them all at once, but he probably planted them all within a couple of years. And they're probably 10 or 15 years old. Maybe they got to be like about 15 years old. And we get so many berries. Most years we get so many berries. And I mean, you can tell by looking, you know, every one of these are going to be a berry. And they just...
Now, does the frost affect them when we get cold weather like this 30s?
It will, if we have a hard freeze, it will, or like a little frost doesn't seem to bother them very bad. But what's happened in the past when we do have a hard freeze, whatever's on the edge will not make, and then we'll have berries back in here that are a little bit more protected. So, do you see, like right up in here, how that's a little bit more protected, and we'll have berries in there. But you see this right here, this is what we need to take out. This stuff that's dead, like this, that all needs to come out. And that's what we're going to do.
All right, I'll help you.
Let me show you my favorite toy. It's a battery pruner, and you gotta keep this hand away so you don't cut yourself. And this is how it works. It's like having a toy, I swear. See, I got one that had a little bit of green. I'm just dropping them down, and then I'll come back and put them on a cart after we get them all cut down. I've just laid it here, and then when I come back, I'll clean them up, and I'll take them up in the woods and leave them, and in 10 years they can be somebody's. See, that had a piece on it that was alive, but it's just better to get all that out of here.
And that's to keep the airflow going? Keep
the airflow, and to make it a little bit easier on the plant, because obviously some of this that looks like it's dead, it's still putting effort, nutrition, and energy into those. And if you can get them off, then it will put the effort, the energy, and everything to what's still alive and what's still producing.
Now, have you researched to see how long these will live?
They say that their prime production is like 6 to 8 years in. So we're way past that. We're 10 years past that. But I think because he did prune them out, so you've got some really old. Dustin, come down here, let me show you. Let's go down here, it'll be easier walking. So I'm trying to find one that, what's your step? There's a hole. Okay, like right here. See, you can see in there how old, this is really an old cane. That probably should have been taken out a long time ago. See down here, it's even got the lichens on it, or whatever you call them. It's got the old stuff on it. Some of those old ones need to be taken out. This is a newer one, and it'll have good production. This one right here is a little older than this one, and this will be a real good producing cane. So you just want to make sure that you're getting your oldest ones out. But we're so far into the season, I don't really want to do that at this point. I just want to, well, what's that doing? There we go. It's got some safety resets on it. So we're going to go in here and just clean some of this out for right now. And now you guys will have to be careful, because when I was up here the other day, there were ticks everywhere. You don't want to give Angel any ticks. But yeah, you come through here and just clean out what you can, and then we'll step back and look and kind of see what's really dead. Like, see right here, see how that's some of this is really not, it's dead, and then some of it is not dead. So we want to take out, I can just pull that off. But you see how it's putting out it's putting effort into some of these that are dead, and you want it to put all the effort into the plant. Now I fertilized it with a Spoma plant tone. It's an organic granular to really feed, because we don't feed it in any way other than feeding the soil. We don't put any other fertilizer on it. We just feed the soil around the base of the plants in the spring.
Okay.
Now, I may not be doing that right. If somebody's got any information, let John know. He'll let me know if I'm doing it wrong. But it seems like it works. We always have a big crop.
Is that what you've done every year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if it's working, then it looks like you're doing it right.
Well, yeah. And I think it's hard. So see right here, this is like a different type. It's coming out later. So it's interesting, because some of the plants will put on, and they'll set on earlier, and then the other ones will come on a little bit later, and I think it has to do with the type that they are. And I've never been good about marking down my plants and labeling everything, and I wish I knew what each one of these types were, because it would help me know like which one is a better producer, which one produces better in a cold spring. Last year we had such a wet spring that we had great berries, and a lot of it has to do with water, because it's mostly water.
Okay.
You want to try it?
Sure.
Don't be afraid, but don't cut your finger.
All right, I see some dead ones right here, but then there's some live ones that come off of it too, so it's got a safety click somewhere, I'm sure.
How cool is that, John?
That's all right. So that one's dead all the way out. Right there.
Isn't that satisfying to get that cleaned out? I'm trying to see what else in here is dead. I'll cut this one a little bit lower. I love these little hand tools. I'm trying to see what else. This one's cleaned up already pretty good. See right in here. I'm not going to use this on this. I'm just going to go in here and break this out. It makes it so much easier when you're picking these if you've got all the dead stuff already pulled out. And this is the time of year, if you do prune in the fall after they've defoliated and there's nothing here, you can't tell what's really dead. So I have to do it now so I can see. Probably like pruning for dummies. I have to wait until the leaves come out so that I know what it is. Is that not cool though, that little thing?
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier. So as you go down through here, like, I wouldn't mind losing this.
Okay.
This piece, even though it's got some other ends. Let's see. That's got a big, I'm trying to see if this has got a whole lot on it. I can't tell what this one. Yeah, that's a major cane right there. So we could lose this one. I guess you could come back here, John, to like right in there and cut that. Yeah. And then we'll pull this.
This one looks like it's all dead.
Yeah. Perfect. And then we're just going to leave these down here at the bottom, and then I'll come clean them out later. Look at this mess. See where this is rubbing together too? Anywhere it rubs together. Can you get it? That's a big one. You want the chainsaw?
Got it.
See what's so weird? Snip me right in here. Yeah, perfect. There we go. And see, when the wind rubs it, can you cut this one right here? There we go. When the wind rubs it, then you're just opening yourself up for disease. So you can tell which ones are really old and gnarly and which ones are kind of newer. What about this one? Right. Oh, that's got a good, see, this looks like it's dead. And when you look up here, it's got this huge big limb.
It's got a couple branches, right? You got one on this side of it and this side back here that can come. And then
okay.
Let's see, this has got a live one on it. One right there can come probably. And one right there. Oh.
Got some hand pruners, something to go get. These are almost a pretty ornamental shrub if you didn't even have a berry coming off of them, aren't they?
I'm trying to see, some of these are kind of...
If you take something down that's got some green on it, that's okay too.
Yeah, this one's just kind of all over the place. And
it's that'd be better to have that off.
Yeah,
Oh, see, this one's been caught in the wind. Right there.
Yeah, that one.
See that right there?
We get to right there.
Perfect. Let me pull it out.
And then this one. This one.
Do you see how addictive this is? It's very satisfying to get this.
Tracy couldn't wait to get back out here today to cut.
I couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't wait. What do you got? Oh, got it in my hair. See, and you'll think one is completely dead and then you pull it out. Now this year I canned a bunch of pie filling, blueberry pie filling, and I had never done that before. That was new. We've always just frozen them and then eaten them, but the pie filling is good. See, I took that one down. It had great potential, but it's hard to know.
So they must continue to rejuvenate new, you call them?
Canes, yeah, from the center.
So they'll just continue to live from
the root, but you know, I think a lot of people who probably do this more for production probably keep a better handle on first year growth. You know, we don't, and we should, but I do think cleaning them up has helped a lot the last few times that we've done it. It seems like it's helped production. A lot of it has to do with the weather. A lot of it has to do with the type of spring we have.
How about bugs? Have you had problems with insects over the years?
No, we have problems with birds, but I'll tell you what works real well for the birds. Did you all ever make Kool-Aid growing up? Just like a pack of Kool-Aid that you mix with sugar, not the sweetened kind, but the kind you mix with sugar yourself. Did y'all ever make Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
Well, if you take grape Kool-Aid, like a little pack, they used to be 15 cents. I bet they're $4 now. You know what I'm talking about, like a little pack of Kool-Aid. If you take that Kool-Aid and mix it and put it in a sprayer and spray these berries with grape Kool-Aid, and we just always use grape, the birds won't eat them.
Yeah?
What does that tell you? Hey, do you want that chainsaw?
Well, there's two right here that you might want to look, not this one, but these two don't look like they got anything on them.
They don't. Yeah, let's take those out. Let's get the chainsaw.
Alrighty, let's see where.
It's got a lot of power.
Okay, that's not one we want to take out there.
How about that?
That's alright, ain't it?
Yeah. I love it. But yeah, we spray them with grape Kool-Aid to keep the birds off of them.
So what's that want to do to them? Make them think they're poison?
I don't know, but we drink it. We've been drinking it for how long?
No sugar, just the Kool-Aid and water.
Just Kool-Aid
now, where'd
water.
your dad come up with that trick at?
Somebody told him. You know, he did all that stuff, but he did all the stuff like by the almanac and stuff like that too. Have you gotten into any of that, John, with your planting? Like the signs?
No.
What?
I'm going by the weather.
Well, by that 10-day forecast on the app on your phone.
No, I know that I can't plant anything much anymore until another 4 weeks, about the middle of May.
Like frost-free date?
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at? Well,
I mean, I can, but I have planted a few things out, but I took them back up. I planted them, I'm like, okay, maybe no, it ain't gonna work.
So I'll do soil temperature, check that sometimes, but now there's something, you know, we said we were going to do a video about like old country sayings, but there's something that you're supposed to plant on Good Friday. Is that your potatoes or your beans? What do you plant on Good Friday? Has anybody told you? There's something very specific. Maybe somebody knows and they'll tell you in your comments.
Yeah, if you know in the comments, leave us a comment there. And
what you're supposed to plant on Good Friday. They're probably going to say, quit worrying about what you're supposed to plant. You're destroying those blueberry bushes. 10-day forecast has us not getting super cold in the evening anymore for the next 10 days.
Well, it's still going to get in the 40s though.
Well, yeah, 38 though is a risk of frost, 38 and below that you got to risk.
The problem is not just the frost though that I'm learning. You might not get the frost, but if it's growing in that cold soil, it stunts it. It can produce less fruit. It can stun it, yeah. So
it'll stun it.
It wasn't saving it from the frost. It's not having it in the cold soil during that time. So I did plant some peppers and some tomatoes, but immediately removed them back and put them back where I can take them in and out. And they're doing fine right now, but we don't want to stunt their growth because they're going to have a struggle as it is dealing with me.
Right. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Are you going to grow any like squash or zucchini? Have you thought about
we've got some planted, I think, coming up.
Well, that'll be good.
It seems like these that further down this way is a little bit been trimmed more. Is that just
probably.
Have you trimmed these out more or?
Probably. Yeah. Just got tired on the way back.
By the time you got down to the end.
Said, I'm done. There we go. See, here's some new canes right here. Here's some, see this right here? There's some new growth coming up right there. Pull that out. Pull that out there. There's some new ones there. With this mulch, it's pretty easy to just kind of rough them up, the weeds. But we've still got.
See, these two are not anything dead in between them much, but they're on top of each other. I don't know if you thin them out to give them air.
Yeah, if you've got a weak one there.
Well, I don't want to do that. I'll let you look at that. They're just, to me, they're not going to get that.
They're crossing over, yeah.
They're coming into each other a little bit, but none of them's really too dead. You want to come in there and look at it?
Sure. I would normally think this is the oldest one, which should come out. See how it's weaker here? But it looks like it's got a big, no, not really. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's see what we got here. That's really some good, that's got some really good growth on it though.
So it looks like they've been a few that died out.
Yeah, and it's made a space, and that's where I need to, that's where I'm looking. You know, I told you when I bought you that little plant, I've been looking for some different ones that I can pop in here in these holes where we've had one die out.
Right here, see, this is crossed all into here. Let me pull this up so you can look at it a little bit better.
Yeah.
See if there's something you want to do in here to keep these from, so they can
actually grow a little bit better, yeah. Huh. I'm trying to figure out, because technically this whole cane right here, this whole piece should probably come out.
Right.
And if I hadn't let it already get so many good buds on it, I may take that out in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, take that out in the fall and leave it for these. See, I think these are two separate ones. They've kind of grown together, but you've got two really old canes here in the bottom. See right there?
Yeah.
Here.
I got it.
It's a whole lot harder with that one, isn't it?
Yeah, let me get this big one on this back side right. No,
Okay.
no, it's starting to sprout. See right here?
Is it? Okay.
See, it's coming in the direction you want there.
Yeah.
Let me take this little piece off right here real quick. And now.
Boy, isn't it nice when you get a hold of that thing? Here, let's take this one right here out, John.
Which one?
This one right here, yeah.
Okay.
Even though it had some growth on it, I think we're better off to get rid of it. Let's get rid of this one. Oh, I got it right there. See, when they're dead, you can just pop them off so easy. Can you get this piece right here?
Yeah. Leave your fingers.
You don't want to cut my hand off?
Well, not at least a finger, you know. Might need that.
It's got a safety feature on there. Can you tell where you have to like redo it?
Have to click it.
And then, can you get this right here?
Okay, sure.
Perfect. And maybe this one right here. Yeah, perfect.
And here's one sticking out here. How about this?
Yeah, take him.
Well, now it's got some, look, it's got some buds on
Oh, okay, and he's going out, which is the way we want him.
We done looked at that one once. We was going to save that, and I think.
What about this right here? Can you get this right here?
Sure.
Let's get that one right there. Perfect. See, and some of them have broken in the wind and they just lay in here. But I got to come in and prune more for structure, I guess, in the fall. And right now I'm just trying to get what's dead out. My great niece and nephew love to come pick these, and they will pick all day. Okay, John, hand me that pruner and I'll, yeah, I'll get in here and get this one. Okay, let's get this one. Sometimes if you just get in a different little spot, you can see all kinds of them that need to come out. Well, John, do you think you'll ever want to have an orchard or a blueberry patch or anything
Yeah,
like that?
we've got some room in the back that we're wanting to plant some stuff like this, so.
Now, we had some apple trees and some peach trees, but they've all just about succumbed. I think there's one tree back there, but I don't even know what it's doing. It's not doing well. But we had some before, and they would produce like a little June apple, a little green apple. All right, so what you do
This is, tell them what it is. You called it a bread?
It's a gritter. Well, we've always called it a gritter, but it's to grit. You make gritted bread.
Bread?
It's almost like cornbread.
Yeah.
So I guess if people didn't have access to a meal, they would do this instead of, if you didn't have a way to take your corn to the mill to make cornmeal, you would dry your corn on the cob. And once it's dried, and it has to be really dry, you take it and scrub it on here, and the little pieces come off in here, and they fall down, like you'll have like a wash tub or like a big bowl, and you grind it almost like you're grating slaw or something.
Yeah.
But you grind it, and then you take that bread or that meal, the gritted corn, and you can make gritted bread. It makes like a little flat. You're acting like this isn't April Fool's.
Now, it don't look like it's been used though. Did you ever use it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've not used it. He always used it, but he would make gritted bread. But
And
I
it
think
was
I can
good,
do
I
it.
bet, huh? Because
Well,
it's not so good?
Not so good. I would rather have cornbread.
Cornbread.
I'd rather have cornbread. But my dad grew up with a very old father.
Now,
And
go ahead.
so he made molasses, and he
So
gritted
now,
bread.
did your dad grow up on this farm
He
here?
did. He lived here until he was, I think, 14 or 15. His mom passed away when he was 9, and then his dad was older and got sick, and they moved, and his dad passed away when he was like 15.
Okay.
So he lived here until then, and then we moved back here in 69. So most of his life he lived here. But his dad grew up here, and his grandfather, this was his farm, and then he was, my grandfather was the youngest of 11, and I guess you just had to have big families back then, just have the workforce. And then my dad was the youngest. I don't remember how many there were. I think there were 10 kids that survived. There were a couple of babies that died. So he was the youngest. So his dad was 60 when he was born. So my dad was born in 43, and his dad was born in 1883. And then my grandfather, John, was born maybe in 38, because my grandfather was the youngest of 11. So, I mean, when you're you almost have 2 family sets in each generation. So, but anyway, this farm has been in my family for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this right here, you called it a bread gritter, but now to me,
I guess it's a corn gritter.
I know I've never made it, but you make grits out of the corn cob, don't you? Looks like you can make grits with this. If you take a corn cob, have you ever made grits?
No, I can cook them. I make a good cheese grit, but now I've never created a grit.
Doesn't grits come from like what's left on a corn cob after that come out? It looks like if you take that corn cob and went down through there, you can make some grits with this.
You know what? You might be able to find out, and we'll use this. I'll lease this to you.
I'll lease it to me for $1 a day.
You'll do a long-term lease on it. But you're not going to grow any corn over there?
We might grow a few stalks of it just to have some ornamental corn, but nothing to eat.
Yeah, you kind of have to have, like that, the way that pollinates and the way that grows, you kind of have to have 3 or 4 rows. You have to have a density of it. And I'll tell you, without Daddy being around and growing a garden, I have found that just local markets and the local produce people are able to get me all I can work, and it's a whole lot easier because, well, like with strawberries, instead of getting a few and then a few, or like with tomatoes, I can go get a bushel of tomatoes and work them up all that day. Mm-hmm. Where when you're growing them for canning and home preserving, when you're growing them, you'll have just a few, and then it's like, well, I don't really have enough for canning, and I don't really have enough to make sauce with. And so with tomatoes, they're the best ones because you can just throw them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer. And then when you get enough frozen, then you just take them all out, thaw them out. The skins pull right off when they thaw out, so you don't have to blanch them. And then you can just, you can just can them.
Well, Tracy's talking about coming next week and doing another video about, you're going to make what?
Strawberry jelly, or strawberry jam, because I don't like to strain it.
Okay.
I'm lazy.
Well, thank you for bringing us out today
Oh, you're
and
very
showing
welcome.
us the blueberry
Thank you
bush.
for coming.
And thanks for showing us your dad's bread gritter, but I think it's a corn gritter.
A corn gritter. Yeah, there
whatever.
you go.
So leave us
maybe-
a comment on this.
Yeah, if you know anything about it, leave us a comment, and maybe we can dry some corn, and
Okay.
we'll try it. It'll be a first for me, but we can try it if you're game.
Well, I'm game. So remember to find Tracy. I'll put a link for her YouTube channel in the bottom, and you'll be seeing her again like you've seen her before in some of the other videos last year. She's going to come back and help us with the yard to table stuff, some
Yeah,
canning.
I'm excited.
So I can't can nothing. I barely can open a can, much less can anything. So.
Oh, you'll be an old hat by the end of it.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye-bye.